morning, Patriots. I'm CJ, and this is ATown Weekly for the week of October 5th. This week, we'll introduce you to the newest member of our administration, Assistant Principal Miss Dee Jones, and visit the library to see what Miss Thorsen is up to. But first, here are a few announcements. The crew at ATown Weekly want to encourage you to connect with us. You can subscribe to the WPAT YouTube channel to get notifications whenever we upload new segments, content, or our weekly broadcast. Just search YouTube for ATown Today and subscribe. You can also follow us on Twitter at ATown Today. This week, anyone who subscribes or follows WPAT or ATown Today will get a shout out on next week's show and be entered into a drawing for some free AHS swag. Patriot Productions, the filmmaking studio here at AHS, is in the casting process for their newest film, Camp Get Right. They're looking for juniors and seniors with some acting or improv experience to play lead and supporting roles. Auditions will be held this Friday and Saturday via Zoom. Shooting is scheduled for the last 2 weekends of October and entirely outdoors. If you're interested and need more information, email Mr. P or Mia Rowe by Thursday. Hey seniors, National Honor Society interest forms were sent out to eligible seniors via student email. Please check your email for more information. Interest forms are due Thursday, October 8th. This is Hispanic Heritage Month, and the AHS Equity Team has been working on some special events to help you celebrate. Here's a look.
The Albemarle High School Equity Team invites all of you to join us as we pay tribute to the generations of Hispanic Americans who have greatly influenced and enriched our world during Hispanic Heritage Month 2020. From September 15th to October 15th, communities and organizations across the nation will be hosting virtual events, and so will our school community. Each week, we'll share resources and join together for activities and initiatives to continue our goal of being a culturally aware, responsive, and responsible community.
El equipo de igualdad de la Escuela Secundaria de Albemarle los invita a todos a unirse a nosotros mientras rendimos homenaje a las generaciones de hispanoamericanos que han influido y enriquecido grandemente nuestro mundo durante el mes del Patrimonio Hispano 2020. Desde el 15 de septiembre hasta el 15 de octubre, comunidades y organizaciones de todo el país organizarán eventos virtuales, al igual que nuestra comunidad escolar. Cada semana compartiremos recursos y nos uniremos a actividades e iniciativas para continuar nuestro objetivo de ser una comunidad culturalmente consciente, receptiva y responsable.
The events to celebrate include 2 cinema nights. On Friday, October 2nd, we'll be screening Under the Same Moon, and on Friday, October 8th, we'll watch the AHS student documentary Nostros. Both films will start at 7 p.m. You can register by following the registration links on the poster or by contacting Miss Lanika Barnes.
Los eventos que se celebrarán incluyen 2 noches de cine. El viernes 2 de octubre vamos a proyectar Bajo la misma luna, y el viernes 8 de octubre veremos el documental de estudiantes de la Escuela Secundaria de Albemarle, Nosotros. Ambas películas empezarán a las 7 p.m. Puede registrarse siguiendo los enlaces de registros en el cartel o poniéndose en contacto con la señora Lanika Barnes.
In addition, we're calling all artists, musicians, poets, and filmmakers to create a work of art or a video-audio recording with a focus on Hispanic heritage that we can share via our virtual gallery walk celebration. For more details, please contact teachers Lanika Barnes, Katie Christie, or Sarah Reyes using their K-12 Albemarle email. Thank you.
Además, hacemos un llamado a todos los artistas, músicos, poetas y cineastas para que creen una obra de arte o una grabación de video o audio con un enfoque en el patrimonio hispano, que podamos compartir a través de nuestra galería virtual Caminata de Celebración. Para más información, póngase en contacto con la maestra Lanika Barnes, Katie Christie o Sarah Reyes usando su correo electrónico at K12 Albemarle.
Miss Heffron would like to give a shout out and send happy thoughts to all of her chemistry students who have been so kind and have been trying so hard these past 3 weeks. She says, "I'm very proud of you and thank you for brightening my days." This week, Eve caught up with Miss Dee Jones, our newest assistant principal here at Albemarle. Here's what she found out.
Hey Town, Eve here. This week I got together with our new assistant principal, Miss Jones, to talk about her past experiences and her first impressions of AHS.
This may be an unfair question since you haven't seen it full of kids, but what are your first impressions of Albemarle High School?
You're absolutely right. Like, it is kind of unfair in some ways because, I mean, we definitely would prefer to have all the kids here. Like, it would make such a big difference. It would feel a lot more like school. But what I will say is that despite the circumstances, I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed with the teachers, and I'm impressed with the students, and that the partnership that the students and the staff are doing to try to make this work. I think every day gets a little bit better. And while it's not the ideal way that we would like to do school, I think everybody is definitely doing their best. And I've been really impressed with the students and staff I've met so far.
Can you talk a little bit about your past experiences and how they led you to AHS?
I originally started out teaching middle school, language arts and social studies. And then I was an elementary school principal for about 23 years. And then last year I had an opportunity to work with middle and high school students again. And it really kind of started making me think that, I think I'd really like to do high school. I think that would be something that I would be interested in. It would be a big learning curve. I have a lot to learn and a lot to take in. And then this became an opportunity, and I jumped all over it. And I'm excited and so happy that I did.
Tell us about life at home. What do you do when you're not at work?
I enjoy watching a good movie, but if it's really nice and pretty outside, I would much rather be outside. If I ride my bike, take a walk, take a hike. My husband and I both really like events, so we like to do things like going to football games and that kind of thing. I personally like theater. I love a good show tune, and I think that's a lot of fun. He doesn't like to do that, but if maybe when COVID's over, I can get back to doing some kind of Broadway type of shows and things again. But for now, it's basically just being at home, relaxing and taking in and trying to be as active as possible.
Describe the kind of student you were back in high school. What classes did you enjoy? And what kind of extracurricular activities were you involved in?
Yeah, so when I was in high school, I was one of the kids that loved high school. I did. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I liked, the social aspect of it. I liked being around my friends. I liked the classes. I particularly loved all the history classes that our teachers did. And I was really lucky. I had really good teachers and good friends when I was in school. I also was in band. I was a majorette, which you guys probably don't know what that is because that's been, I don't think anybody does that anymore, but a majorette was a girl who used to twirl the baton in the band. So I used to do that. And I did all the kind of clubs, Key Club, anything that was service oriented, that worked in the community, those kind of things.
What is something you think is important for kids to know about you as a principal?
I think I would want students to know that I'm a really good listener, and that if you walk in the door and you want to talk to me about anything, I'm going to listen to you, that I'm a good problem solver, and that I think I would also want them to know that I really do see my job as being able to help you with your goals and to bring out your strengths and assets so that you can achieve the things that you want to achieve.
I'm Eve. Now back to CJ.
While we're all stuck at home, AHS Library is still in full operation back at the school. Mr. P was wandering aimlessly around AHS this week when he ran into our librarian, Miss Thorsen. Here's a little bit of what they talked about.
Oh, hey. Hi, guys. I am hanging out here, Mr. P, in the library. This is as quiet as this library has ever been during a regular school day. So I'm taking advantage of it to come over here, get some reading done, but also to check in with Miss Thorsen, our librarian. She's got some great information for you all about how you can still use the library, even though you're at home and the library's still here. Welcome to ATown Weekly.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
There's a lot of stuff going on in the library, considering that there are more books than kids now.
Yes.
For the first time. So,
yes.
Tell me a little bit. You talked a little bit before about kids being able to check out books and pick them up outside the school. Can you give us some details on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are doing book checkout. And you can either pick your books up at the school in the foyer, so right by that main entrance where the flags are, in the area where the benches are before you go into the main hallway, there is a box of books right there. If you request books, the books will be bagged with your name on them, and they'll be placed alphabetically by your last name in the box. So you just grab your books and go. There's no need to come into the building at all. We can also set up delivery for your books if you prefer that or are unable to get to the school. And they will be delivered by either transportation or by me.
So I understand there are a lot of other things going on countywide where the libraries and the schools are sort of partnering to make books accessible for kids. Can you tell me a little bit about some of those initiatives?
Absolutely. The librarians from all 4 of the high schools, so AHS, Monticello, Western, and Murray High School, are partnering to do a cross-county book group. So if you are interested in reading books and talking about them with not only students from AHS, but students from all over Albemarle County, you can just email me at ahslibrary@k12albemarle.org. And I will send you all of the details, but the books will be purchased for you, and you can either pick it up at school or have the delivery.
For the kids who are stuck at home, some of them may not know that they can still access library materials and find the databases and the information that's here in the library at home. Can you talk to us a little bit about where they can find that information and how they can access it online?
So on the library website, that is pretty much the hub of information and where you're going to get all of your information. So we have all of our, book checkout and that's going to go through the book catalog. We still have our ebooks and audiobooks. So you log on to the digital library with your username and password, the same way you log on to PowerSchool or Schoology, the same way you log on to Schoology. And then you can also use the library databases. We have a tab on our website called Research, and there's a Start Here Passwords, because when you used to use the databases in school, the companies that provide it know that we pay for it. But now that you're at home, we have to prove that you pay for it or that you belong to our school community. So if you click on that passwords link and you're in your K-12 Google Drive, it will open up a Google Doc with the keys to the kingdom, all of the usernames and passwords for all of our databases.
So tell me a little bit, now that we have all the information, tell me a little bit about what is sort of the biggest difference that you're finding in your job right now as a librarian virtually, as opposed to what you would be doing if this school was still full of kids?
I know, it's different because y'all are not here. And I really miss that aspect of it. So I come to school a lot and I do all the work in the library that I normally do, except working with students on a daily basis. So I'm really missing having study hall students come in and having crowds at lunch. I'm not so much missing cleaning up lunch trays though. But I am able to Zoom into classes. I've talked to freshman seminar. I've talked to a number of classes about the resources that we have. So that's been super fun. I'm still working with teachers on getting resources for their classes and developing assignments and lessons and projects. So it's been a lot of the same work that I normally do, just doing it over email and Zoom and Schoology.
Thanks so much for meeting with us at ATown Weekly. We appreciate it, and we hope that we all get to see you soon.
Anytime. Thank you all so much.
The team at ATown today has decided to take the time to congratulate Albemarle's very own Ariana DeBoer for earning CBS 19's honor of Student Athlete of the Week. DeBoer is a state champion in the 3200 for indoor track and is set to be captain for her final year here at Albemarle. She has shown what it means to be an exemplary leader by keeping well connected with her team and keeping spirits and motivations high for them throughout this horrible pandemic. So if you get the chance, be sure to give her a big thank you and congratulations. That's it for this week. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. I'm CJ, and we'll see you all next time on ATown Weekly.